of the systems that we've got that you can see, one of the closest systems is the LOX barge transfer system. So you can see the LOX barge, it's the actual white tank that you can see right over here behind me. There's a couple of vehicles that are over to the side of it, but those barges that are over there, those are actually going to be pushing liquid oxygen. So liquid oxygen all the way up to the tank. We'll actually be doing hot fire transfers today, but those tanks, those barges are used to push liquid oxygen into the tank while we're actually running the test, which is a big deal. We actually put a lot of focus and thought into how we do that. That way we can run for longer durations than what we could if we were just running on the tanks on the stand alone. But all of those systems that are over there that you can see, all of those have to work right today. So we spend a lot of time in our preparation, spend a lot of time getting ready for these tests. So right now there's a crew that has finally left the test stand. There's nobody on the test stand right now. Everybody has evacuated. There's a small crew that's over where those two vehicles are. There's two trucks that are over there. There's a small crew that's going to be in that bunker, in that building, the blockhouse that's right there on the hill. And that's the closest that anyone is to the test during the hot fire event. So they'll be in there. They'll actually have a couple of folks that are watching the hot fire. They're there also in case there's any last minute items that they need to go back for. They can run back to the stand. They're the closest one to it. But they'll stay in there for the test, for the duration of the test. And they'll be able to watch from this side and have a live view without camera. They'll have a live view from the periscope that's in that building looking at the engine. Now, if you take a look over there, you can see there's we refer to it as the flame bucket, but the big gray part that's going up, at the top of that is a white object. And that's a tarp sitting over or covering a piece of equipment that's used to install the engine incidentally. Behind that, or to the left of that, you can see a kind of a blue hued light. That light is the nozzle of the engine. We actually start the engine up, you'll actually see a flash from that area, and you'll see the flash first, and then you'll catch the rumble as it comes. So right now you can hear the water pressure increasing. You can hear the water pressure increasing, and you can hear the water flow, the rumble from the water flow increasing as well. That is used for cooling down that deflector. That's carbon steel underneath there. Carbon steel would boil at the temperature that the engine is running. When it's actually running inside of the combustion chamber itself, it's running at about 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So in order to protect the steel, we flow water over the top of it. And that's what we're flowing right now. So that water that's flowing right now, that water that you see coming out, that's used to help cool that down. In order to get the water flowing, they have a series of valves and a sequence of events that actually have to happen. We don't want to just open the great big gigantic valves and blast water to the back of the carbon steel. What we do is we bring the pressure down, we open smaller valves, and then increase the size of the valve. So the water flow is increasing as we bring the pressure up. You can hear that rumble as the water flows in there. Now on the other side, one of the things that you're also hearing that's mixed in with that noise is the flare stacks for the fuel, the liquid hydrogen that's used to actually power the engine. The liquid hydrogen is brought up, it's transferred in the same way that the LOX is transferred from these barges right here. There's some other barges on the other side of the test stand. That's the 1 minute siren. So we're about a minute away from test. So the barges on the other side, they are pressurizing and they will be transferring into the run tanks, which transfer the fuel down to the engine. But in order to pressurize, to bring the pressure up and down, we have to do something with the excess liquid hydrogen or gaseous hydrogen by the time it gets to the stacks. And we flare that off through a giant stack, a flare stack. The team that's over in the control center right now, they're in the last few seconds of checkouts. And just like when you watch TV and you see any kind of movie that's got any kind of launch, and you see the polling that happens in the fire room, the launch room, launch control center, that same event is happening inside of the test control center, the TCC. So they're actually, the test conductor is calling on the different transfer engineers in the different stations, polling them to find out, are you ready? LOX transfer, are you ready? Ready. Fuel transfer, are you ready? Ready. And it goes through a sequence of events like that while they're also doing the last final steps to get ready. Getting the data recording set up, getting all of those events happening right there in the last few seconds. We should be able to see that flash any moment now, but it's going to be right there in that area just to the left of the white tarp. It's right there. It's about halfway up the stand. And so one of the things that, if you've talked to anybody about these tests, you've heard about the rain. We're going to make it rain. It looks like the wind's not actually going to blow it on us today, but you will see the cloud as it passes by us going that way. So it's going to be raining. That cloud's going to be precipitating down, going out that way to the north of us. And we may get a little bit of rain. That's probably a good chance we'll get some rain. Hope y'all brought your umbrellas. So there's 3 periscopes that people are looking at that are actually sitting at those stations. One is on this side, and then there's 2 more periscopes that we call it the control center, the TCC. Some people refer to it as the blockhouse. If you're from Marshall, that's what they refer to their control centers as the blockhouse. But there's those periscopes. They're looking through those periscopes, and they're looking for any kind of additional flash or fires or anything out of the ordinary that we would need to shut the test down with.